Hello, beautifuls. Hello, hello, hello. Blessed January. Hi, hi. Oh my goodness. We're here. We're here. We're alive. We're here. So, I have a lot of updates for y'all as far as what's coming um, for this year, as far as spaces that I am holding and curating, and it's all going to be popping in your emails. So if you're part of my email list, that's going to be the easiest place to stay in the know and in contact for these really supportive spaces for this year. A lot of it's going to be really about our power reclamation, our sovereignty, really connecting with the elements in the earth and yeah, my soul work. So if anyone feels called to be a part of it this year, thank you for being a part of the family. Thank you for being a part of this community. Thank you for being here live today. Thank you for your patience in this live today. I know we are 11 days into this so-called New Year, so here we are. So before we drop into the reading for this month for the collective, yeah, just sharing in the chat. Hello. I feel like it's been a while. Time for me really going deep into my own darkness and ancestral darkness and yeah, so many transitions. And yeah, time works different there. So I feel like it's been a very long time. But yeah, I'm just so happy to be here. So a few things, a few updates. I've let all my members know, and I want everyone to know that if you become a member, the perks have changed. And I'll share them quickly with y'all right now. But basically, as a member, you not only get to have access to exclusive workshop replays and any exclusive practices that I have, you'll also have discounts to my programs. So that's exciting. And then you'll also have discounts to any circles that I hold, any spaces that I hold here online. So there's a few other things. So if you want to check it out, I always have the link in the description box of all of my videos. So you can check it out there. But thank you. Just sending so much love to all my members that have been with me for this past year in this journey, who have been a part of our soul circles. We're no longer having these soul circles after these lives. Instead, these soul circles are going to be transitioned into our soul resonance support group, which myself and my dear sister Esther Joy, as we know her, Good Vibes Delivery, is going to be co hosting with me. And this is a space of activation, of healing, of connection and expression. We are really diving deep into the profound abilities of healing and activating and aligning our energy with light language, and also utilizing it as a space of practice and connection for each one of us. So, we're going to be having those spaces once a month, and it's going to be on the third Sunday of every month. So, if you'd like to join us, you definitely can. You can either join all of them for the year or all of them, as many as you'd like. And do it that way, or you can join them as they come up. So, all of that information is going to be fully live by the end of the day, but I have a link in my description box below. Members, of course, you are going to have a pretty fat discount for that. Um, so, just to let you know, I'm going to be posting in the community all of these details so that we're all caught up, and this makes it very easeful for us to be part of these community spaces that we're holding. A couple other things. My shadow support course, Becoming One, is beginning in February. I'm holding this with my older sister, actually, Lexi Young. And yeah, we're very excited to be hosting this not as just a group support coaching space within this container, but also going through a journey with plant medicines, particularly with spiritual herbal cleanses through baths and with water. And yeah, we're just very excited to move through this process. And I'm so excited to share my process with all of you and to share, yeah, just so many different perspectives on this work of working with these aspects of ourselves that have been hidden or disowned or put in the background or suppressed within any part of the body, whether it's mental, emotional, spiritual, physical. We're going in. We're going in, and I'm so excited to hold this space and to really teach you how to hold that space for yourself and how to move through these processes. And it's been wonderful because in this past week, I've gone through maybe a few of these processes already with different aspects of me, whether it's been a thought form, an actual like manifested part of me that I've been able to communicate with and really be in healing waters with. So it's very powerful work, and I think it is very needed at this time so that we're not pushing things down. There is no more room for that at all. So if you are feeling called to be in this space, space is limited within it. So just message me or check the link in the description box below. And I'm also holding clarity calls for this. So free calls, we got free 15-minute calls. If you want to hop on a call, I'm here. Okay. I'm here to chat with you and hold space for you. Let's see what else is going on. I think those are the two big things right now. I'm still holding women's circles, and yeah, more will be coming, and you will know. You will know. You will see. But for now, let's take a moment to breathe, to just drop into this space, drop into our own energy, remembering that this is a collective reading for January of 2025, and that you can take what resonates and you can leave the rest. And we want to ensure that we are really connected to our own being, our own power in this process, in this journey of receiving, of connecting with one another here in the chat. As we are anywhere online, it's so important that we are really anchored in our own being, in our own frequency, no matter how we're feeling on this day. So, taking that moment now for yourself, allowing yourself to become present no matter what it is that you're doing, where it is that you are at this time. Can you take that breath for you? Thank you, thank you, thank you. Hmm. So, I titled this video "A Ride to Remember." I didn't exactly know why when I did that, um, but I think it's starting to make sense. So, yeah, astrologically, we may have been hearing that this year is going to be quite volcanic, in a sense. It's going to be quite the roller coaster. And this is more at a mass collective scale. This does not mean like your personal life is going to be a roller coaster. You're going to have volcanic transformations, and maybe you are. Maybe you are. But, this month is really beautiful in its messages of really sharing how it is that we get to move through these experiences and what we're feeling on a collective level. Um, if you've been feeling the collective grief, um, over the past few years, or maybe you've always felt it, maybe you've been feeling the grief, within the earth, maybe you are in places that are the land or the elements are really experiencing massive change and transformation at a really rapid pace. Type 1111. Type 1111 if you've been experiencing this sensitivity to the collective energies right now, and it feels like a lot. because it definitely can be overwhelming. I know for me and my own processes and what I'm moving through, it has been overwhelming. But nonetheless, there's always this part of the being that's like, all right, okay, I see what's happening here. I'm not like fully attached to these emotions to where it brings us down. It's so easy for us to sometimes just like get overwhelmed and want to just shut down or not want to, yeah, engage in like our practices at this time. And this is such a powerful time to really be anchored, and that anchoredness is going to feel different every single day. And it's time for us to make peace with that level of unknown, to make peace with that part of source of the universe. So I'm just seeing in the chat right now. Yeah. Mhm, mhm, feeling it strong, it's been overwhelming, yeah. Mm, yeah, so the first messages that were coming through with all of that coming up, is maintaining our sense of hope. I love that Heather, of Activation Vibration, she's kind of like brought through this mantra of everything is working out best case scenario, and to be able to hold that level of frequency in whatever mantra that you use and whatever practice that you use is that anchoring. It is that anchoring, it is that hope, it is that faith. And, right now within this month, we are really being invited to reconnect with that sense of faith in the mystery, in the unknown, in God, in source, in this ever flowing energy of the universe, that everything really truly is working out best case scenario. Because if we believe otherwise, then that is the reality that we're going to be experiencing. And that's the reality that we're going to be feeding, more so dissension rather than ascension. So, yeah, and Matt said, "I feel like big wave surfing." Yeah. That's actually a wonderful way to put it. Um, getting slammed and riding big, yeah. I actually wrote down, connecting to our inner oceans, connecting to the oceans. Um, oh, such a powerful practice when we are feeling an overwhelming amount of flow or stagnancy within our own inner waters or within the collective waters. Water is what connects us, right? So it's so important that we begin to learn once again how to navigate our own inner waters, how to navigate the emotions coming through, to notice what those motivations are, what are those intentions, what are those programs, where are they leading us? Where are they leading us? Where are they leading us? And you get to choose that. So, do not hold your breath. Okay, this is not a time to hold your breath, to be like, "Oof, this year's already starting out this way." There's already a lot of that energy. There's already plenty of like apocalyptic energy that people are really seeding into the collective right now in multiple areas of this planet. So this is not something that we need to necessarily intensely prepare for, to the point that you hold your breath. Okay, this is a trauma response. And sometimes it can be a very healthy trauma response, but we are not here to hold any more of that within our body. So do not hold your breath. How can you begin to move forward and allow yourself to flow with the waves that you are experiencing right now? And to take back your power and to step into your sovereignty, into your source self, your higher heart, whatever that may be, this God consciousness, if you will, stepping into that part of you that says, okay, I do have I do have a tool, I do have a part of me that can start to be a part of that direction of where my energy is flowing. You can let things move through you to be let go. And you can also guide yourself into places that feel more aligned, that are of your frequency, that are of your desired reality for yourself and for humanity and for the earth. And just because maybe we don't see it instantly, we don't see the instant manifestations all the time, nature is actually, Mother Earth is actually really just bringing us into remembering the wonder and the beauty and the innocence and the inner child energy of what that actually looks like in our reality right now. So we're not here to see like, all right, to go into like these negative patterns of, like, how could this happen? There's all of this going on in the world. There's no way that I can obtain this. There's no way that I can move through this. People aren't going to want this. No one's in. Acabó esa herejía, Tatia. No, no, no. No. And starting to say yes to, okay, I get to really tune into my own subtle body and see what is alive right now, to tune back into life. The more that we're tuning into that negativity, yeah, there's life there, but there's not this, it's not fully in alignment to like the circle of life type of energy, to where everything is in harmony, is in flow, and is in abundance at this time. So big reminders to not hold your breath, to breathe, to move through it, to allow yourself to continue to align to what you know is true. That does not mean, oh, I cannot feel this grief right now. Oh, I cannot feel this right now because I need to be in a specific frequency or vibration or thought form or whatever. No, like, how do you navigate it? This is the big deal. And this is like a big part of um, what I am coaching and just bringing through within Becoming One in my space is this, and what I have been, but especially this year, I'm like, no, this is about how it is that we are navigating these inner waters, how it is that we are navigating the shadows coming to us, whether they are personal, whether they are collective, whether they are, of the environment. These things are coming up and we are sensitive to them. Whether they are ancestral, how do you navigate it? Where are your motivations? Really get to tune into, okay, am I coming from a space of love in my protection, in my self inquiry? Am I coming from a space of compassion, or am I coming from a space of fear, of a lack? A feeling like a victim, a feeling like I don't necessarily have that full faith. So how am I supposed to navigate this? So beginning to understand where you're coming from and allow your soul star, your soul to just like drip into you some life force, some golden energy, your essence, to begin to recharge your heart if it has been frozen at any point. I can tell you in experiencing trauma that that's what it feels like to me, and I've been seeing that and realizing that it makes me very tender. It makes me feel like a baby again. It makes me feel like, yeah, I'm very susceptible and open to so many things because I'm needing something to almost say what I am, like I am looking for more of that love. So if we can really tune into and connect to our higher self, our higher heart, our soul, our essence, to source, to really drip and bring in these healing waters to start to remind us what that feels like, right? This may not be a feeling you feel all the time, and I pray that we do because it is always there. So the more that you honor yourself and cultivate it and practice and allow yourself this opportunity to really choose love over that fear, to choose to see and create and be a creator, be a sovereign being, energetic being here, the more you're going to start to see things shifting. You're going to start to feel those timeline shifts, those changes within our lives. So I wrote down, it matters how you navigate. It matters how you navigate and what we're experiencing right now. If things are feeling overwhelming, you have support. Call upon that support. Drop into your practice, okay? really begin to listen to yourself. I'm gonna jump forward to a few messages that came through because quite a bit came through, y'all. I'll just say that right now. And if anything's coming up for y'all that you want to share, any prayers, any expressions at all, please do share it in the chat. Um, I'd love to read that out loud. I think it's very helpful for one of us to just like continue to see that like, "Oh, I'm not alone." It can feel so nice to really connect and to realize that, like, we are not alone in what we're experiencing and what we're feeling, you know? We're on this journey together, and there's so many of us that are seeking to navigate it from a space of love, that are really of pure intentions, and we get to really align all aspects of ourselves to that, and allow it to be a journey, allow it to be an adventure. This is experience of life on earth here, and, yeah, never denoting, uh, what you've done. Like, become proud of yourself, look back, reflect, be like, "Hey, this is literally, with my capacity, the best that I could have done for myself right now." Of course, I can think of a multitude of things that I could have done more for myself that maybe I could feel a little bit better, but it's like, "No, hey, like, you did this, this, and this. I'm proud of you, thank you." See that as love, see that as love, see that as love. Let's see, what was I gonna jump to? Oh, yes, let's see, turn inward, turn within, going inward. For those of you that feel like you're reaching outwards, kinda like how I was feeling, I was like, "Ah, but what if I just, trying to find myself everywhere else because I was distracting myself from the answers that were living within me." It's time to start sitting in some uncomfy things right now, to be intentional, to tie up some loose ends. Like this is a time to get things straightened out. Whether that's in the sense of compassion or forgiveness, connecting to yourself, really going inward and holding yourself in this time. You do not need to be running forward on a marathon right now, or there's so many little pieces that are still coming into place right now for us. There's a lot more integration still happening right now. So if you feel like this is you, and maybe this is for you, you have answers within, and it's time to really turn there, to go back there, so that as you move forward from this place, because you created this space for yourself to listen, to get to know how to treat yourself, how you're gonna move forward. Set the foundation. Set the foundation. Become intentional. Recognize where your intentions are coming from. Align to your own passions, to your own inner fire. Divine masculine was really coming up as far as working with your own inner sun. And this immediately kind of was reminding I feel, was reminding us to really return to that sense of sourcing from ourselves. Once again, if we're like, "Ah, it's wonderful. We need community. We need people," right? We do. Maybe some of us don't feel like we do, but we do, right? And this is something that we are moving into more consciously in our process. But this is talking about taking responsibility of your energy, taking responsibility of your choices and your actions, respecting yourself in your choices and your actions, respecting your intuition, respecting your body and what it is that you are putting in it and how it is that you're treating it, right? Standing your ground, standing your ground. The masculine is this beautiful space holder, this powerful warrior, this protector, this guardian of the heart. It is that fire that brings us to move toward inspired action, to take that inspired action. It is also the being that goes within to really understand how to respect oneself, to respect others, and to take responsibility. So working with your inner sun in that way. And if you start to feel as you tune into this part of you that there's anger there, that there's heavy energy, this is what we are letting flow. There's collective energy available right now to really release that, but be intentional in your release, allowing anger to flow, allow yourself to feel that so that you can let those waters take you back to center, take you back to your truth at this time. So, once again, not holding our breath, not holding your breath. And another reminder here is that there is more than one way to find a solution. Adaptability, being able to recognize. I don't have my journal right here, but I wrote down the other day. Let's see if I remember. um, all potential outcomes are here right now. They're happening right now. They're available right now. All of them. Every single one. Every single one. Yes, we are creators of our reality, and we are also co creators of our reality. So, this is the opportunity to allow yourself to remain adaptable, which means that you are anchored in your own energy, your own frequency, your own ground, and how it is that you navigate this world, this life, how you respond. So there is more than one way. So if we start to think that like, oh, we get that tunnel vision that's only seeing one way, okay. It's time to take a step back, take a few breaths, be with yourself, be with yourself, be with yourself. Let yourself gain perspective from others to start to see that, oh, wow, I was starting to like tunnel vision myself. I wasn't really seeing fully and completely at this time. And once again, that's sucking in, that's suppression, that's holding your breath because there's only one way. So open yourself up. I think this message is not for everyone. I just want to make that note because I was just feeling that like there are some of us that probably need to hear that more than others. And with all of that being said, we become the stories we tell. So your soul, you're writing this story, right? Um, I have been seeing that we do have free will here. And this is why there are so many different realities and timelines existing simultaneously. And so, in remembering that and reclaiming our power and tuning back into our own energy, the frequency that we want to set, that we want to exist in, that we're choosing, we are writing our story. And I know there's this beautiful idea that our soul has written it already. And I believe that. And I think in one of my past videos, in tuning into that energy, was seeing like so many different pathways coming from this one source, which is the soul, and seeing how it was deeply connected to so much. But there were so many different pathways, right? So we have this free will, but we also are each on our own mission. Whether that is consciously known or not, it's something that shifts, that changes, that inner passion, that soul fire that lives within us. Um, and we're here to once again consider our motivations and our intentions and where we're coming from so that we are coming from a place of sovereignty, so that we're coming from a place that is aligned with our core values, with what we feel we are meant to embody and be, right? Which is our soul, which is our own essence, which is our own, creative spark here on this planet. So, yeah, just a big reminder that how are your thoughts have your thoughts been, like where have you been? Start asking yourself some questions, start reflecting a bit on what maybe you've been pushing off to the side so that you can really allow yourself just full range of your expression and your being by not pushing things off to the side and just being like, "Oh yeah, I just think that sometimes." Like, do you want to go into it? You don't have to. You really don't. You don't. And it doesn't mean that you're any better or or worse off if you do or not. It's not a thing, right? The ego is going to tell you that. The ego is going to say like you have to go into it. Or the ego is going to be like, never mind, we don't have to because we're trying to maintain we're trying to maintain a specific way of being, right? Our identity. So being gentle and loving to yourself as those things come up, but recognize if you've kind of been in a funk, Um, remember that you are a creator, and you can turn this around with so much love and grace. And there's obviously some things that are coming up that want to be heard and seen and expressed at this time. Okay, there we go. My technology, like, all of a sudden reset a lot of things, so I may be a bit out of focus. Um, and that's okay. Momentary. Okay, I think we're in focus now. Yay! Look at that. Look at that. um, so with that being said, this is also a really powerful time this month of letting go, as we all know, as we can all feel. Um, to really take back your power in that sense, this practice of purifying and cleansing or cutting cords and ties and doing that clearing work, like really getting to know how your energy works. You don't need to try so hard. You need to start to listen. You get to start to listen, to allow this letting go to occur. You really, really do. And this is what, you know, draws us back to remembering, this loving remembrance of who you are, of your soul, of your truth. If you have not been sharing your truth, if you've been withholding information, like, this is that time to, like, okay, ask yourself, what do you desire to share about yourself or to share in general that you usually keep hidden, that you usually have been, like, putting off to the side? Like, utilize your radiance at this time. If you're feeling any of that, to really align with that soul truth, to express it, to share it, to really come from the heart, to allow it to set you free. And if you're feeling like you're in that place of letting go, of where, like, there's a lot of overwhelm and everything like that, this is that time to remember, like, okay, let's remember what is of resonance to me right now. Having those reminders of your truth, of what it is that you are choosing to believe. You get to talk to yourself. You could talk to yourself in a mirror, to remind yourself always. This is the opportunity for us to let love heal, to let love in that way, by taking those pauses, by affirming how it is and what it is that we are stepping into, the space, the frequency, the energy that we are co creating with, that we are connecting to, that we are choosing to embody at this time. So powerful. It's so powerful. And it becomes more and more powerful when you utilize that sense of resonance, right? You're not just adopting everyone else in the way that they do things, but, like, what works for you? Why don't you get creative and, like, take little pieces here and there? That's been a huge part of my journey, is, like, having those perspectives and watching people be coached and move through so many processes is what's been, like, so beautiful for me to understand, kind of like the multifaceted, multidimensional experience that we're having on a spiritual and energetic level, and how it can deeply affect the mental and the emotional and the physical. So, boom. Yeah, there's vibrational impulses and light waves everywhere. So notice what you're feeling attracted to. Notice what you are surrounding yourself with at this time, your environment. How can you utilize your own sense of power and tuning into your own frequency and the power of your word, of your action, of your energy, of your focus and your intention, your attention, to then create what it is that you need right now to move forward toward what is resonant here and now. Okay, really seeing, okay, hey, maybe that means there's, like, a part of me that's feeling very blue, that's feeling very, like, very down right now. Be with that part of you. Be very gentle and loving. There are times when it's time for us to take the light sword out and be like, shoom shoom. No, thank you. And once again, like, sometimes we really need that when we're starting to see that we've let ourselves open up to influences that are not of deep resonance, that could be really feeding off of these energies that we're emitting, that we have found ourselves in the state of overwhelm. So take care of yourself, take care of your body, be with the earth, sit with the earth, be open to the wonders of the universe, the wonders of the nature spirits, and really let yourself learn from the oceans within you. If you are near oceans, be with the ocean right now. Let the water element teach you how to navigate this, the wind to teach you, the fire to teach you. Let yourself be taught by the earth and by the elements. This is where we get to weave together stories. We get to weave together in truth, soul truths, the truth that is beyond just like, okay, here's actually what I meant by that. But like more so this truth that's like, oh, it's undeniable. It's undeniable that this is it. And there may be things that sway us from that center, from that heart-centered place, but that's your truth. So you get to remember that. And the more that you remind yourself and allow it to be a reminder, the easier that it is to really start to tap into that energy. But we're going to have energy fluctuations, okay? We're going to be feeling that. This like big reminder, we're going to be feeling that. So let ourselves heal our relationship to this land, to the elements, to what it is that we have around us, to change those relationships, to do some, if you need to be organizing right now, maybe you're doing inner organization. I feel like that's where I'm at, is like really getting clear within my own being and in alignment with my own being before I start like start moving things around in my reality as they do naturally. Let's see what else is there. Yeah, that looks like everything. Yeah, notice like what are you listening to right now? What are you engaging in? I took a break from Instagram for a little while, and that was so helpful in regaining my sense of thinking for myself. And I want to invite everyone that feels called to do that, that has been on the fence, or maybe finds themselves like opening up Instagram or Twitter or X, whatever it's called, or TikTok or YouTube, and just kind of like watching things. Just that's a great sign that like a part of you is either trying to dissociate, a part of you is maybe distracting yourself, or perhaps you've been turning away from something a bit uncomfortable. So I want to invite you, instead of like turning on whatever or starting to scroll or anything, like turn on some healing frequencies. Listen to someone that inspires you. Let that lift you up and remind you of your power. Remind you of your power. The wonders, the signs, they're everywhere. And sometimes we bring ourselves to a point to where it's like not seen. We don't necessarily seen it. We're almost like sometimes but the more that we begin to notice, the more that we let that veil move from our eyes, so that we can start to remember that this isn't miracle work. This is the magic of what life is always. It always is. It always is. So taking a breath, allowing what is seeded through to remind you in this energy that we have for this month to just settle within you. Hmm. And just asking yourself, like, how can I support myself right now? What do you get to do for yourself right now? What you're doing for yourself now, you are doing for your loved ones, you are doing for the collective. You deserve to take this time to support yourself, this space, to bring yourself home to the land of your soul, your heart, to reconnect with great spirit, source, oneness, to regain a sense of faith and hope and what it is that we have been on this journey for, to seed in and create collectively this reality that aligns with the beauty that lives within all. And just beginning to deepen your breath deep into your belly, your womb, into your pelvis, into your kidneys. Breathe life, and maybe letting it out the mouth. Taking a few more of those breaths. If you feel yourself closing on the upper body at any point, bring those hands on the heart, or maybe open your arms out wide, letting yourself know that you are here, that you've got yourself, that you are safe. You're here to listen, you're here to take action. You're also here to rest, to love. Releasing out to the exhale with any sound, maybe a hum, or an ah. If you're seeking to ground at this time, palms face down on the knees or thighs. Grounding is alignment with your being, with your energy, with your channel. The earth teaches us how to root deeply in connection and love and community. Mm. And just soak in what you are feeling right now. Maybe it feels blissful, maybe it feels lovely. Maybe you're starting to see that, oh, I made space for myself and now some discomfort's arising. Just breathe some love. Love, love, love. You are here. You are capable. And you know what you need. Mm, thank you. I still have a bit of congestion going on, and it's been revealing a lot. So if I cough here and there, that's why. If you have any water, um, I want to invite us to like really anchor into this practice. It can be very easy for us because we have so many comforts and luxuries sometimes, and perhaps maybe it's the exact opposite because we don't have so many comforts and luxuries that we actually kind of steer off being in sacred connection to the elements, to the earth, to our bodies, to our objects, and the things that we utilize, the technology. So, we're here to really shift that relationship, to heal that relationship. So, thanking your water, thanking your water, speaking love into the waters, healing into the waters for all beings, all places, all lands. And can you just imagine what it would be like if we all did this to our waters? Not only the waters that we drink, not only the waters that we bathe in, that we brush our teeth in, the waters that we see flowing through our cities and wild places, but also the waters of our own heart, of our womb, of our body, the waters that flow through our entire being. We allow the flow of the unknown, of the constant change. We allow the alchemy occurring at this time as we weave together a reality that aligns with what we know in the deepest roots of our soul, of our heart, that we're here to engage in, interact in, experience, and manifest. And there's no right or wrong way. So if you're experiencing that there is a right or wrong way to be in sacred connection or prayer, it's time to say hello to the ego. And of course, there's beautiful tradition that we're meant to uphold. And for some of us, we do not necessarily have our connections to that physically that we can tune into. So we need to do it within. So really tune into what is resonant to you. Allow yourself to be open to perspectives, but honor where it is that you are at this time. Love, 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 love. Okay, so we've got 15 minutes here to, of course, my camera does the thing again. So we've got 15 minutes to tune in to our readings. So I'm going to be just like tuning into the chat, seeing how we're doing, seeing what's coming up, if there's anything at all that wants to be shared right now. Please do share in the chat. Let us amplify your intentions. Let us amplify your prayers. Let us hold you in what you're experiencing and feeling right now. Just because you are sharing something that is coming from pain, that is coming from grief, that is coming from anger or sadness, it does not mean that it cannot be shared. We're changing that, right? We're holding space for it, allowing ourselves to weave so that we can alchemize and transmute and transform together. Together. When the volcano erupts, the land isn't like, "Oh, yeah, we're not really ready for that right now, so if you could just, like, hold off." Like, no, we're doing it together. We're in it together, so, yeah, just know that, and may that be also inspiration, in your spaces that maybe not desiring that or feel or that feels uncomfortable with that. Okay, how are we doing? Okay, so let's do this. We're gonna put 1111 in the chat. Um, for those of you that want an oracle card reading with a little bit of light language, I feel like light language is going to come through a lot more. But I'm gonna be pulling from this deck. The Elemental Oracle. Alchemy, science, magic. We love it. So that's what I'm gonna be pulling from. So, another thing is that, like, if you're watching this as a replay and you wanna comment anything, please do. If you're here live and you haven't liked the video and you're still here and you're enjoying yourself, please do like the video. If you're here live or even on the replay and you're not subscribed, subscribe. I'm going to be sharing this year, or at least I'm not gonna get ahead of myself. I'm a changing lady. Um, Definitely my intention right now is to share some more meditations, and some more light language meditations. I haven't been feeling called to get on camera. Um, and yes, I've been moving through a lot, so I haven't necessarily recorded very much. So I know that the meditations and where it's just my voice and the frequencies and what I'm channeling coming through is going to be the focus here on the channel for a bit. As I deepen into my studies with the more physical practices that I will be sharing soon, as well as some plant medicines. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. All right, so if you put 11 and 11 in the chat, I'm gonna go through how I see you guys in the chat, before I start so that we can kind of catch up because I know the internet puts me, a bit ahead of what you guys are experiencing. So I'm gonna go through the chat and just see what you guys are saying. Um, thank you for being here. Hi, hi, hi. Okay. Spiritual milkshake said, "Thank you. Need to hear that right now. Tune into your own frequency." It's true, and it's like it gets to be that simple, but you get to create what that feels like. That resonance feels like for you. You'll know. You'll know. It's you. Snow is your teacher right now. Mm. Beautiful. If you have anything that you want to share from from what Snow has been teaching you, please do. Please do. Chewy. I love that Shadusa. It's a fear dispersing sound. Chewy. Chewy. It sounds really nice. It sounds like very joyful, very playful, very like chewy, but also like very relaxing. I, I hope I was saying it right. Taking note of that. Thank you. Um, praying over the waters. Spiritual mix, like said, I have been feeling called to share more of my story, but I'm fighting the fear that no one wants to hear or would benefit from my story. Mm. So, um, something interesting about fear, it's such a big energy that oftentimes we see it and we're like, that's what it is. But you know exactly that this is a part of you, whether it is an ego part, a shadow, whatever it may be. Perhaps this is even like a younger aspect of being or connected to your ancestry that feels like you are not worth being heard and experienced and expressed, you know? So I would really invite you to really be with that part of you to see like, okay, who comes up when you tune into that part of you? Like, what do you feel in your body? What are the sensations? Maybe it's thoughts, maybe it's emotions that come up, you know, beyond the fear, beyond just the word fear. Who is there asking for you to let them know that, hey, this is a part of my calling right now, to share my story, to let them know all the beautiful things that can come of that, how it makes you feel. And I know that sounds maybe like, I don't know, easier said than done, but really it's just you like connecting with that part of you. And oftentimes, like even after you connect, there are some little actions that you can take to help you regulate and begin to recognize that like, okay, in me sharing my story as well is part of the healing for this part of me. So that's a little bit my 2 cents. But yeah, I'm sure, like, everyone would be like, yes, please share more of your story. If you'll share more, share more, share more, please, please, please. We need more perspective, more hearts being shared, more truth coming out of this." Yeah. Thank you so much, Matt. Definitely. See, Travis said, vibrations and frequencies have been resonating with me for the past 2 months. Yeah, like, tune in. What is it? What is it you're experiencing? It is all sound, it is all vibration. But, yeah. Hi. Okay, let's get into our readings. Alright, here we go. But yeah, that's something that, I definitely dealt with, was being like, "Oh, no one's gonna wanna, like, why would I add that to the records right now? Why would I wanna do that?" And when I realized, like, how powerful it was for me to go through those experiences and to see, like, all of what was coming, all the lessons, all, like, the beautiful things, like, I knew, "Okay, you're gonna have to kind of, like, push through a little bit here." because otherwise, like, it's very easy to keep ourselves back and to not do things until we feel like we can. That's not always going to be the case. Mm. But we can get ourselves to a place where, a little bit, like I got a little bit, got a little bit in me. Maybe I'm a little shaky, but this is all information, all information, all information. Alrighties. So, invitation here as we go through these readings. Take a deep breath. If you have an intention, wonderful. You can kind of speak it within. If you want to share it in the chat, you can. I probably will see it after your reading, to be honest. So just speak it within. Connect to yourself as I announce your name. And then, yeah, I'm like, was there something else? There probably was, but it'll come when it comes. Alrighty, so I'm going to pull an oracle card. It's not the same as tarot. And I'm going to channel through what comes through for you. If you don't have necessarily an intention, this is what I was going to say, that you can just be open to any messages or guidance for the month of January of 2025. Alrighties, let's see. All right, first one here, spiritual milkshake. And thank you so much for sharing that with us. Thank you so much. I feel like a lot of people really could relate to that. Um, and yeah, there's many avenues it could come from, whether it's just like you personally, which is usually you ancestrally, and things that have occurred. So we get to be open to like who is really being like, this is not safe, because we are regaining safety here. Letting you know that like, oh, but this is time. It is here. All right, so let's see what comes through for you. Take a breath. Makito sonati. Hmm. Power volcano. So if you want to read it, make sure you put 1111. So we were just talking about volcanoes. And the sarahi ikia poko sharahia la tierra nosum nosuku shuku 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 shukush ingi sakish shakish 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 amalahi tokus usukus kos kos kos. Powerful alchemy energy here. I'm going to read what it says in here because I love this book. Old grudges should be released and let go. Heavy energy hurts us should we hold it for too long. Allow your anger to flow through you rather than saving it all up for an explosive release. Reformation may be necessary. Sometimes the greatest powers are hidden from view. You have the power to create or destroy. Anahila kiasa atatua atatua. Atatua serehi inkiana kokolakasia pamina. Pakanasio orakatela kinasoko shuruku sukopoara kieta sieta ire kopoa kabala ha sherehi kumo sherehi rakora kisarobosha kapora kateana poa. It's your reading. I was trying to see if there was like more for me to say in English, but a lot of it came through in light language. So really be with yourself, recognize what's coming through you naturally, and trust that. So there you go, spiritual milkshake. Thank you. Thank you. Next is Dylan, taking that breath. See what comes through. says life, breath. Anahia ato ushugo usuruhiro kuno unapia. Anahi ilasa atasia okoshurabaya abwaya abwaya. Abwaya sa eala sakata shirakun. Shirakuno somayokaya samayan uayama. May Nehia la tierra sakoto shirakia maua raseda kitia sarakumua. I'm going to read what this came through. Focus on your breath. Allow it to guide your actions and flow. Fear often means breath holding. This is a big topic too. Let that all go. There is a place for slowing down your breath and being mindful of it. Take a deep breath and rethink your strategy. Take a deep breath and pause a few seconds before exhaling, which will train you to give yourself that little bit more time and space. Creating space with the breath, regaining that sense of life that comes with it, and allowing it to really create a sense of spaciousness in what it is that you are stepping into, what it is that you're creating, what it is that you're healing, what it is that you are really dropping into. Life flows. Life flows. And the heart is here. As the heart beats, as the drum keeps going, we can continue to actually flow with life. So there you go, Dylan. Thank you. Thank you. Before I move on, you're so welcome, Spiritual Milkshake. This resonates with me more than you know. Also, your singing in light language move particles in me needing to flow. Yeah. You're a volcano in the snow. Yes, you are. I know, I found that so funny. You're like over here alchemizing and everything's like, let's stop time for a bit. Like hilarious, wonderful, beautiful. Yeah. I love it. And that's like light language, you guys. I'm excited for us to be doing these monthly calls with the light language. Because it's been, gosh, like one of my more profound tools right now in healing and just returning to my divine self. Dylan, you're so welcome. You said I can feel the tension being released with the help of my guidance. Wonderful. Yay, I'm so glad. Look at the new heart emoji. The emojis are just so cute. All right, let's see who's next. Raymond, you are next. Raymond, take that breath. Oh, okay. This card is so beautiful. I love it. It says growth plants. Bundy. Go sarahia atayara kono oshrahia papiwam. Para sira katasia la asira koshrahia la tiara kono orahia sarahia takian. Alahia satoa takiara kia. Oof, I could see like very much like the back right here with like this forest. Like you are, oh my goodness. It's so beautiful. Like the way that I'm seeing it is like you're starting to see the sprouts. You're starting to see new growth coming in from your manifestations, from your inner work. And being patient in that. Let's see, 19 is the number. Magic is in everyday things. You can make something from nothing. Blossom. It's time. From small things, big things might grow. Begin it. Begin. What are you waiting for? That is your reading, Raymond. Thank you. Thank you. Next is Cosmic Wisdom. Na, na, na. All right, taking that breath. Ooh. It says silence, snow, number 34. Kambaso apairi, ri, I'm really getting that, like, this is a powerful time as you are, like, in connection to the primordial mother. So this silence and this snow here is bringing you into a place of inward journeying and deep listening and allowing, very much like allowing the primordial mother to like do her work. Let's see what the card says as well. Allow yourself to soften. Don't speak just for the sake of it. You do not need to issue an opinion on everything. Choose your words carefully. Sometimes observing is the best way to gain information and trust. There you go, Cosmic Wisdom. I don't got anything else to add to that. Thank you. Thank you. And you're welcome. You are so welcome. Alrighties. Wait. Shadusia, you were next. We had a lot of ones in the chat. I'm like, wait, where are we at? Shadusia, all right, take that breath. Asia tanakua. Hakabala siata shirohu soroku nabuliki rasia alasia kanatiam mbusu ushrahi ikianatiam. Motion, air. Motion, air. Number 22. Angapasi ito shrokono umualahian. Amoku usiku sharahia lata rasia atanaku rahi'i sarahia. Something around the throat is like really asking to be kind of like utilized or unlocked. Asiarako o shrohus arahi'i sarahia la onoku sorohu shroku sarahia arahi'i sarahata oku arasia moshi rakia sarahia tatua. You can create from that space of your throat with your breath. You can move mountains with the power of your word. Be flexible yet grounded. Allow yourself free thought. Move and choose. Find your freedom. Use your voice resourcefully. Stand up for what you believe in. Be mindful of the way you communicate. There you go, Shadusia. There you go. Alrighties. I'm going to do my best to get to everyone. But we'll see. All right, Matt, you are next. Here we go. Taking that breath. Ndukue sarai takia lasia taku shuruku nakiam. Cleansing storms. Nduku. and just taking note of like how much is really happening here in this image as well. So many things, all of creation in the palm of your hand. I'm going to read this one for you for 23. Sometimes you need to raise a lot of energy um, to blow away what you no longer need. An issue will come to a traumatic head. Cleanse your body, let go of what you no longer need. Be specific in your release. Harm as little as you can. So it's like building that energy. The sun card actually flipped up as well. So utilizing the power of your own like source self to really step into what you are kind of clearing to create space for what it is that is coming through for you at this time. So there you go, Matt. There you go. There you go. Okay. Next is C. Travis. Take that breath. Mm. All right, C. Travis. Number 5, to make equal the equator. أنا سارحي إكياتا توش ركيما إيا سلاحوش ngusur que patiera sian gunshur sira katala sieta konom konobora sia eda la saraki ite su utu saraki atakana da du eta sipa ua aki asalahi ita sira kodashila inasi takira kodoshura hiata kiara, really sensing that there's like I'm up here in the crown area. It's almost like stirring the pot. So I don't know if that means something for you. But recognize what it is that you were brewing up, what it is that you are, I don't know, creating, I suppose. Is that what you were crafting at this time? Let's see what the card says. It says, find the balance in your life. Equality among people is a worthy goal. You are worth it. Do not compare yourself to others, as this is a useless task that only leads to unhappiness. There can be a happy medium. There doesn't have to be an extreme reaction all the time. So this is actually associated with the energy of fire, which is very interesting. Seeking that balance within. Seeing what that feels like, utilizing that inner fire for the alchemy that gets to occur in this process. So there you go. See, Travis, thank you, thank you. Cindy, you are next. Taking a deep breath. Cindy. You got this one. Silence, snow. Something to do with like the ears, really like allowing yourself to cleanse any mental energy. And what it is that you're receiving at this time, which is why the silence can be very helpful. Because then you're really choosing what it is that you're intaking, what it is that is around you, and and you're able to really see and feel and experience the effects. And to choose what it is that gets to affect you. And I did read this one, but I'm going to read it one more time just so that like you have a little bit of a reminder here. Even though the energy is a bit different, there may be something else that stands out. Ba-ba-ba. Allow yourself to soften. Don't speak just for the sake of it. You do not need to issue an opinion on everything. Choose your words carefully. Sometimes observing is the best way to gain information and trust. And I think that really aligns with what's coming through for you, Cindy. Anahi isarahi alako atarahiasa. Ooh, and I'm like sensing like this really like returning to your own inner power and your own inner self and what your intuition is telling you, and remembering that there is power there, there is truth there. That is the only truth for you right now that you get to tune into if you want to. So there you go, Cindy. Stephanie, here we go. Taking a deep breath. Speaking your word, voice. Number 25. Angasiratuam, Angasiratuamakiasam, Arhila kiatatoshrokom, Adira kiasara iaton, Ogura kiasarahi itatia sarahiata koro shroko sarepiatakian, Arhila kia. Really speaking from the heart. So, what it is that you are voicing, that you are creating with your own vibration and frequency, allowing it to come from the heart. Recognize when it's coming from any other place that is not fully in alignment with your center, with your truth, with your soul, with your heart, with your higher heart. Let's read this one. Who use your voice, speak up, sing your song out to the universe. It's often not what you say, but how you say it, where it's coming from. Speak plainly and tell your story. That was definitely a collective energy as well, about really sharing yourself, sharing your truth from your heart. So there you go, Stephanie. All right, and our final reading for purple butterflies. Taking a deep breath. Number 4, completion, west. Nahita to sarakiabalahi inakyamawata. Tuwata ya 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 ya. Tanda ya 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 ya. Continue to hold your faith strong. There is a completion. Maybe it's happened already. Maybe you can sense it. Maybe you can feel it. Allow yourself to revel and reflect, and just like looking back at your accomplishments, your achievements, all that you've done and been through, and have been able to offer yourself, celebrate yourself. It feels yummy. And it says, every cycle comes to a close. Do not resist the end of something, because the end heralds new beginning. Complete the project, be a finisher. Be not afraid of death. It is a part of life. And this is associated with the element of the earth. And the specific card. So be gentle, be soft with yourself in this transition, or in this completion that you're experiencing, in the new beginnings that are here, that you get to soften into. It is all aligned, it is all divine. And there you go. Everyone taking a breath. All right. You are so welcome, everyone. Thank you. Thank you. I'm going to just read the chat before I go. Tricia, you said thank you. I saw something being pulled out of my lower chest. I also have been struggling with tongue and jaw issues, so maybe it's in relation to throat, what you said. Either way, I felt release. Yeah, very much so. Very much so. It's like definitely in this area. Get yourself that Yummy support. Give yourself everything you can. Right. Okay, let's see. Matt said, great timing, resonance. Does this membership have a shared space for discussion or only in chat and video like this? We're going to have more shared spaces of discussion through the Soul Resonance Support Group, which you have access to. And yeah, and I'm actually going to post that so you know when it is. It's going to be not this upcoming Sunday, but next Sunday. And I'm going to give you all the information as a member, and we'll see how it manifests. We'll see what comes up because if we're really desiring that as a whole, then I'm open to creating more of that space. Um, but right now, that soul resonance support group is going to be that space for discussion. Um, mm, 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 mm. Yeah. Yeah. So I would suggest that space, Matt. I would suggest that space. That is the space for it. It's like the space for like expression and discussion. And we'll also be doing some light language transmissions every single month for everyone. Ah, yay. So much. So aligned, so lovely, lovely, amazing. I love you all so much. Thank you for being here. Thank you for taking this time. Please do like the video if you haven't already. If there's anything else that comes up, anything that you want to amplify, share, you can always comment it down below. Make sure you're subscribed. And I'll be seeing you guys around. I have a little reflection video I'm going to be putting up, and I'm hoping that it just inspires all of us to come deeper into the softer parts of ourselves, to really just see like, oh my goodness, this is what we're stepping into in this year of the snake. And yeah, just really relating it to your being and your journey and where you feel called. And yeah, just don't be so hard on yourselves. I know that we are very hard on ourselves. I know that I am. So big hugs. I will see you all next time. I'll see you on the support group call every single month, as well as these lives. It's such an honor, such an honor. Have a beautiful weekend. Yeah, continue to really align with how it is that you are navigating this life right now. Not only for yourself but for everyone. Your strength, your truth is important and it's needed. So thank you all. I will see you. Shh, lots of love. Soften up that part that was being hard on the self. Exactly. That's what we're doing. All right. Mwah. Bye, everyone.